Nothing unsettles us quite like a virtual face stuck deep in the uncanny valley. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 games with the freakiest character faces. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we take a look at games with facial designs or animation that evokes feelings of uneasiness, fear, or downright repulsion. This may occur through an attempt to create unrivaled realism or by trying an unusual art style. As long as it makes you feel vaguely queasy, we'll consider it. Number 10, Rock Band. Graphical prowess may not be the main draw for a peripheral-based rhythm game, but you would still expect the virtual incarnations of huge groups or your customized character to be a little less creepy than they are. As you drum, strum, or sing to Metallica or Kiss, you might not truly appreciate the unsettling nature of the weirdly smooth or overly caricatured facial features. However, once you watch someone else play, you won't be able to unsee eyebrows that have a mind of their own. It's gotten slightly better as the series has grown, but it still frequently delves into the uncanny valley. Just look at the brows on John Lennon and company.
I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine.
Number 9, Shenmue. At the start of the millennium, facial realism in gaming seemed a long way off, as great games like Deus Ex remained, at best, blocky.
Are you looking for something?
Then came this $47 million open-world title that included over 300 unique character models and a degree of detail that may well have intimidated and unsettled 6th-generation gamers. Every sailor, chef, or shopkeeper Rio comes across looks like they had their face stretched uncomfortably over a robot's angular head, as the technology of the day couldn't quite match Sega's groundbreaking ambition.
I'm looking for a place where sailors hang out.
Number 8, Dishonored. Arcane Studios' artistic team wanted to create a dark, politically incorrect tone for their steampunk stealth title, and a disconcerting anatomical design hugely contributes to that desired feel. They corrupted or distorted illustrations and mugshots from the Edwardian era, while they also consulted an expert in British anatomy, producing a realistic yet somehow cartoony facial aesthetic.
Remember, to every man his choice, to every man his fate.
Each social class within the plague-gripped Dunwall has its own distinct proportions, each as unnerving as the next. Whether it's the looters' long, rat-like features or the thick, stout faces of city guards, you won't be wanting to maintain eye contact with anyone for very long.
I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer, that wretched man.
Number 7, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Anime in general can frequently inhabit a place within the uncanny valley, but its expressive, over-the-top animation usually means you're not given time to focus on any potentially freaky features. In this enormous ARPG, however, cutscenes and conversations are so static that characters' typically oversized eyes begin to stare right into your soul. To compound the problem, facial animation is nearly non-existent, lip sync is completely off, and your created character is awkwardly silent while engaging any other of Mira's inhabitants. At best, it's just a little cringy. At worst, it seems unbearably inhuman.
Alright, Doug.
Nah, I mean, come on. It's the least I could do.
Number 6, Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima's stealth title is rightly regarded as one of the greatest games ever, yet it certainly didn't earn that accolade through any grand breakthroughs in facial design. In fact, It's an eerie lack of facial features that earns Metal Gear's first 3D game a place on this list.
So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about. And you. Special Operations Foxhound.
When Snake, whose face is based on Christopher Walken, if you understandably couldn't tell, speaks to other characters, his mouth doesn't move. Instead, his blockhead and invisible eyes simply jerk awkwardly around on the screen. Oddly, other graphics in the game are pretty good for a PS1 title, leaving you wondering how every face ended up like Tom Cruise's mask in Vanilla Sky.
I'm just a man who's good at what he does, killing. There's no winning or losing for a mercenary.
Number 5, right to hell, Retribution. You have to wonder if Eutenix, the developers of this famously broken third-person adventure title, have ever actually seen real human beings before. Such is their misunderstanding of basic emoting. This is an especially uncomfortable issue during the notorious fully clothed sex scenes where Jake and his numerous conquests flit between soulless stares, gawping derpiness, and flat-out anguish.
Hello? I don't ever recall seeing a woman fixing a truck before.
It also doesn't help that characters speak as though they're aliens hiding among us, using a brand of English that's technically correct but completely wrong in everyday speech. Don't get us started on the hair design either. Who knows how those wigs stay attached when you're riding your bike? Ah! Number 4, Nancy Drew. Stay tuned for danger. If Nancy Drew is really such an adept amateur sleuth, should she not be a little concerned that normal people are gradually turning into horrifying 3D waxworks? In a change from the hand-drawn animation of the first game,
hello, gorgeous. Where have you been all my life?
In this point-and-click series, perfectly smooth 3D models robotically interact with you, and their nightmarish heads are photoshopped onto family pictures of real people, giving us a reference point for just how off these creations are. Why this change in design approach was implemented is likely the real mystery here, as this relatively light-hearted investigation is accidentally transformed into something rather more sinister.
I hear you've become quite the celebrity.
Number 3, LA Noire. Rockstar always nail the atmosphere of wherever or whenever their latest game takes place. And for this detective title, revolutionary motion scan technology captures the faces that could believably inhabit 1940s LA. This technology is central to the game's interrogation mechanic, and you have to closely examine subtly shifty and unsettling expressions by suspects that come scarily close to the real thing.
What exactly happened here, Mr. Jacobs?
There's also something particularly creepy about seeing actors we recognize from TV recreated from 32 points of reference, as our brains will quickly pick up small discrepancies in design. If this was what we were capable of 6 years ago, who knows how long it'll be until man is indistinguishable from AI.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be patient.
Number 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, pre-patch. They say you get what you pay for, and this third-person sci-fi sequel proved that old adage undeniably true. Its 5-year development cycle cost a paltry $40 million, resulting in facial animation that attempts to be hyper-realistic but ends up belonging in the mid-2000s.
The neural implant is functioning properly.
Although patches have addressed many blatant issues and glitches, at the time of release, gamers had a field day with derpy, oddly smooth faces that pulled expressions utterly contrary to what the situation demanded, creeping you out and removing you from the action. If these were cyborg characters, we'd praise BioWare for capturing subtle inhuman giveaways, but there's definitely nothing deliberate about the disturbing, emotionless design of the Ryder twins. Number 1, The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. There must be some contagious condition going around Cyrodiil, as the face of every resident seems dreadfully swollen. We often like to call out uncanny faces for being bizarrely blocky, but these chubby-cheeked characters take the top spot for their concerning absence of defined features. Unless they're an elf with eyebrows halfway up their forehead.
I didn't really think this would work.
It was certainly a memorable improvement over Morrowind. Bethesda implemented their Radiant AI system to enhance NPC personality. But Oblivion's plasticine mugs will always linger longest in the dark recesses of your mind. At the start of the 7th generation, we thought this could be the pinnacle of gaming realism. For all our sakes, thank God we were wrong.
You can call me Halad the Outlaw, because I'm on the lam.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.